Hey guys, it's me, Meteor. Here we are back to Kirby 64, finishing up Shiver Star. Today we're going to be taking a trip to a wonderful shopping mall. Boy, doesn't this place look nice and lovely and not horribly sinister and dark in any way, shape, or form. See, look how happy everything is. Like, there are even flowers and cutters. And oh, I still have that ability, don't I? Whoops. Forgot to discard this. Forgot to disregard that. Actually, hold up. Gotta go get that cutter back to get the best ability. Well, one of the best abilities. Oh, I'm almost dead too. In fact, let me show off a game over screen. Dang. Anyway, here we are. Let's try this again now from the start. Now it's like I started anew and loaded the game back up, even though I didn't technically do that. So let me just go back and grab Cutter. Whee! And then we can mix out the ability we really want. Like, oh, well, alright, cool, thanks. Shurikens. Those are always fun for everybody. Up here on this little corner, you'll see sometimes you'll see food or stars, and well, there's food in the last one. But more importantly, eventually it'll also have a crystal shard. So be on the lookout for that. In the meantime, you'll have these little guys rolling little rocks at you like usual. The jerks. There is that crystal shard you want to look out for. So let's go ahead and grab that and be on. Still has that awesome music from the last. That's weird. Oh, for some reason it felt like I was floating at the same speed the thing was. Hold on, let me see something. If I go like this, then I float. No. Huh, weird. It felt like it really was at first when I used it. Where'd the block thing go? He rolled the thing down there and it just disappeared? I don't know. It's like a fun little Willy Wonka factory almost, with all these little malls and the elevators. Everything's like a toy. Everything's kind of cool and like clockwork. Everything runs like clockwork here. A lot of enemies around here though, so that's something. Wonder what happened to this place. Why isn't anyone here except enemies? Where are all the humans? Or whatever other inhabitants live in this area that created the shopping mall. Ow. Not really too much you have to worry about here. We're just moving up. There's no crystal shards hidden anywhere. Just avoiding pretty much everything. Aha! Avoided that, Gordo. And then we see Shatso's kind of angling at the back to kind of home in on you. Notice that. They aim at you from different angles, so they don't play around. Alright, you know what? Yeah, of course you see a little spider come down and hit it from the side. Nothing else really happens, it just drops very slowly. And then retreats back like nothing. Slowly. Aw, dang. Oh, that time you got me. Good job. I'm going to die, aren't I? Again. Oh, you're still not dead. Man, you have a lot of HP, don't you? Oh, okay. I got killed by a mini-boss. I think that's a first. I think it'll only hit you at the non-grass sections. Let me double check that. Yeah, so just stay here, you'll be fine. As long as you don't try to do anything ridiculous. Oh, come on. Man, I'm just missing everything here. This is kind of a hard mini-boss considering the fact that it only can spawn in those sections, and you can only stand at this section when you're trying to inhale an enemy at the same time. It is kind of annoying. By the way, I got a crystal shard finally. Yay! And then you see a section with Adeline. She draws 3 fruits or other things, and you have to match the colors of them. Here she drew grapes, orange, and cherries. So, just going to the next room. We have grapes. Huh, what color can an orange be? Green? Nah, it's of course orange. Although it could look like a blueberry too, but thankfully there's no blue, so no one can make that misconception. And then we have red for cherry. And then of course there's a nice little crystal shard right there. Very simple. We already got all 3 crystal shards, so that was easy. And then we got the little shop of horrors here apparently, with plants that could go in and snap it at us. Feed me! Of course they don't really bite, they just kind of slam their heads at you. This is like a terrible camera angle. Like right there, that's like, you can't really see that without hurting yourself. Drawers and furniture, kind of like human furniture. Bookcases. We even have like a little aquarium place. You know that I know in Smash Brothers it says Kirby's about 8 inches in real life. You know, considering Adeline's about the same size as him, I'm not sure about that. But then you see places like this. Like, that's supposed to be like a human shopping mall. And if this is supposed to be like a regular human-sized aquarium, it's a little bit bigger. Then again, there are elevators that we can ride on that are our size, so I don't even know anymore. Here you'll see plenty of enemies coming from the side and hiding from you in those little screw workshop places. Like, they just hide in those little holes. Nothing else is in those holes, so don't really worry about that. And then we see televisions. Interesting. All with them with, you see like the snow from them, from like it's off the air kind of thing, because obviously, well, who knows. Nothing really up here. I mean, there's food if you want it. Well, I guess I need it now, don't I? And then you have a base where shots are shooting you everywhere. Of course, here's like a little safe spot right there. But then you gotta move and avoid them. But yeah, as you can tell, all 3 of them could angle at you and lead their shots towards you. So pretty much you have to jump accordingly. And they could change their speed of their shots as well. Sometimes it could be really fast, sometimes it could be slow. At least it seems that way. I don't know if it's just an illusion due to the way the 3D effect works. But I managed to avoid getting hit by all of them, so that's nice. Pretty high defense system for a shopping mall. We'll get to see why, but first I need to go back and grab drill, or rather rock plus needle. Best place to do that is of course in Neostar in this level right here. You need to get it here, so just grab needle and stone, and you're done. Let's just get out of here and then go back over to level 5 Shiver Star. See, now there's the factory, there's the whole shopping mall factory place. Now we're going to be exploring the source and what powers this thing. Hold on, do you hear that? If you listen real closely, you could hear Hal remixing this song for the 10th time and ignoring literally every other song in the soundtrack. But anyway, ow. Let's go ahead and just go down here. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a great theme, and this really is like a legendary track, and I love it, but my goodness, there are so many other songs you could remix in this game, and Hal just kind of like forgets about this game and Dreamland 3 when doing any of it. I mean, I understand, like, people talk about Sakurai, kind of only focusing on the games he made, like Kirby Superstar and Adventure, and all of that. Either way, that's why you need drill, because it goes through walls and it can break those. But I don't see any developer, be it Kumazaki or Sakurai, kind of giving Dreamland 3 or Kirby 64 really any attention. In fact, I was legitimately surprised to see attention being given for Kirby 64 and Ribbon in the last game only. But again, granted, that was supposed to be like, that was like a severely belated 20th anniversary game, but still, or 25th anniversary game. And it went over like a whole history of Kirby, and that's nice, but even then, when it comes to like a medley or a remix, the only time they ever even touched on Kirby Dream Land, I think there was one time where they, I think for the, what was it, for the, their orchestra celebration, they have the 20th anniversary, they mixed up Dreamland 3 and Dreamland 6 and Kirby 64 in the same medley. Whatever, that's enough of a rant of that. Let's just continue on and, wait a minute. Hold up. I messed that up. Give me a second. Alright, never mind, I'm misremembering something. I will need an ability, but I ain't able to get that later. I don't need it right now. It'll be later in the game, or later in this level where I can still get it. Either way, we'll love part of this section here. We have DDD knocking barriers down. These little catapult hammer things which appear in later Kirby games too. Yep, this is pretty much rumored, or rather, what's the word? Hypothesized, I guess, to be one of the worlds that Haltman took over and completely overrun with his robots. Which you can tell because it's overrun by robots. so yeah. Either way, pretty monotonous this section here. Just going in a straight line, breaking barriers, doing the exact same thing you did at the very start of the level, but it's still kind of cool. Hey, got one up from it too. So there you go. Thanks, DDD. You're a pal. I always like the way DDD just like flings Kirby. Like, I'd had enough of you at this point. Alright. And you'll see those weird things, like, being captured. Like, these animals kind of put, almost like they're doing experiments on them. I know Haltman also did a lot of Haltman and Susie did a lot of experiments on a lot of things as well. I mean, just look at the clones and stuff they made. That was based off experiments and things. So, yeah, there's a lot of interesting lore implications here that we didn't really think of until, well, Kirby Robobot came out. And then it's just like, I'm sure maybe that wasn't the original intention when this was made, and obviously it was a different developer entirely, so it probably wasn't. But I just like how Kumazaki takes like a unique idea, or rather a past idea, and finds a way to bring it back into Kirby and find a way to add it to lore. It's quite impressive, honestly. And that's one of the things I do like about modern Kirby games is how well, like, any game could bring back a boss or bring back a character like, hey look, nostalgia, character's back, and have no real way or purpose to bring it back, and just is like, cool, I guess, why is it back? Whereas how, when they bring something back, they have a reason, they have like a lore implication, there's a whole story as to why it comes back. And I could really respect Hal for that. And I've never saw, that kind of looks like one of the Mage Sisters right there. Obviously it's not, but either way, we want to go back here. Of course, we have electricity, but we also want Cutter before we go any further. Watch out for that Gordo. Got it, haha. But yes, the little like I said before, you needed Cutter before, but I remembered it was better, honestly, to get electricity before, because that thing you can't just like grab or use the little combination thing to hit it with. So it's better to inhale it first and then get Cutter afterwards, and that's why I remembered I was not doing anything incorrectly. Either way, that's what you want right there. Because you see a cage that's green and yellow. Bink! Just destroy that. Now, after we destroy that cage already, we don't need this anymore. You can't inhale those. Pretty much what we want to do is these little enemies here that spawn at the sides, pretty much grab them and shoot them back at the little giant bird thing. It just repeats the process. And of course, you could also fall in the lava, which is bad Lava is bad, if you didn't already know that from every video game you've ever played ever. I'm trying to think of one example where running in lava is not a bad thing. Trying to think. I know there are power-ups that make you like walk on lava and stuff like that, but either way, since you broke that cage, the crystal shard is ours for the taking. And now we have one of these sections. Keep moving quickly, of course, you're gonna get crushed. Haha! No brakes needed for me, baby. Wait, no. Shoot! Crap. Alright, let's just pretend that didn't happen. Oof. I was playing a risky. I was going like Indiana Jones right there. Aha! See that? You see? Ow! I knew I could do it, but either way, it doesn't really matter. Let's see. Come on! 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 Dang! Nope. Oh, good. Yay! I was dead. I wasn't. Okay, yep, gonna have to stay down here. There's no way to bypass that one. Nope. Okay, well, that didn't work out. Okay. Yeah, it's a very quick time thing. You have to be very careful. You don't have much time to work with. Nope. That's not gonna work. I will say level design for these places and in the later stages is honestly surprisingly difficult in a lot of ways. Like, it requires a lot of quick thinking, a lot of quick action. Good old plug. Man, look at all these machines. And now there's this section. Alright. You'll see robots pushing giant walls of electricity towards you. Move quickly. Try not to get hit by any enemies. Keep moving out of the way. And then right here, I'm gonna jump that, jump this, quickly, grab that. Come on, 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 come on. Yes! Oh, did it. Now, do not go any forward. It's a trap. Seriously, because there's one you'll see an incoming wall coming right at you. If you try to move forward and you try to escape, it's too late. You're already gone. How come you could kill me, but not the enemy that's clearly right there? Come on, you clearly be in my range. Oh, this works like plasma. Okay. Interesting. It like shrinks down and then yeah, okay. That's how that works. This entire time it used that ability, I thought it just like got bigger by itself or something. I didn't realize it. Huh. Interesting. We got it. The more I play this game, the more interesting it is. It really is interesting. And then, of course, we have the boss, HRH. He starts off as what's basically a two-hands boss, with a little bit of a remix there. Oh, I'm almost dead. Now I am dead. I guess he got mad at me for calling him a two-hands boss. Okay, so let's try this again. I guess it's better to stay at the corners, and I kind of forgot that. Just jump over that. Alright. Swings his hand, duck down, and I missed him. No, I did damage to him. Duck down. And I'm doing terribly. I am doing absolutely awful. Alright. Pretty much just stay in the corners, like left or right. You're pretty much safe, as far as I can tell. And he's already dead. So then, once you beat HRH, then he goes to his next form, which is HRE. You know, it's kind of interesting if you, obviously this game came long before Return to Planet Robobot, but what if the HR stood for Haltman Robotics? Kind of interesting to think about. I mean, even if it didn't before, maybe they meant that later. Doubt it, because apparently HRD3 is an ancient war machine that also had the HR in it, so HR could probably just stand for something. I don't know. How did that not do damage to you? That clearly hit you in the weak spot. You're just repositioning yourself. I'm not sure what the point of that is, because you have plenty of time to get out of the way, and he kind of like repositions himself back to the start anyway. And when he drops down on you, he can't hurt you. I guess if he was dropping down or something like that, but no. Don't get too close to him, as you can tell, because he has little lobster claws. And that's it. That's the boss. Kind of also mentioned the skyscrapers in the background. Look at all that. It's clearly like a human landscape, like regular Earth. You see the world overrun, turned to a nuclear winter, and just abandoned buildings. Still powered on, probably by the machines that were there that overran it. Kind of a sad place. But we got our shards, so who cares about them, right? Humanity, screw it. That face Ribbon gives after seeing Ripple Star like that, it really is like, it really hits you. It really does. And I just love the emotion they have in this. Like, new Kirby games, they're cool and I like them, but the character models, their eyes are just one color. Most of them don't even have a mouth. It's like, they're not as expressive as this game was. This game was so expressive in all of its cutscenes. I love that. Why couldn't they keep doing that? Like, I don't know why they switched over to the old mod. I understand that they wanted to simplify a character model to make it easier for people to draw. I think that was what they said in an interview. It's like, by making it simple, people could easily draw them. But I miss that expressive face. That whole, I don't know, it just hits you a lot more. Either way, that's it for this episode. So next time on Kirby 64, we'll be tackling Ribbon's home, Ripple Star. See you guys then.